Welcome back to AM Northwest, here with a sweet recipe to make the most of seasonal cherries, and you can mix it up in just one bowl. We welcome back the author of Braids, Sonya Sanford. Good to have you with us again.
So nice to see you, Helen.
Oh my gosh, now tell me about, we mentioned snacking cake.
Yeah, so snacking cake is traditionally a cake that you can do all in one bowl with no special equipment in order to just snack on it, to have it for a guest, to eat it for breakfast, to share for afternoon tea, an unfussy cake.
Okay,
and
unfussy
for this
cake
I'm using sour cherries. Aren't they so beautiful?
Oh, they're so cute.
And you can't, they taste very sour raw. They're not so delicious, but once you cook them, they transform.
Okay.
And that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna combine in our one bowl melted butter. You don't even have to have room temp butter, which I always think is nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you start stirring this.
Yeah, you bet.
Eggs and sugar. And the key is that you really want to beat this well till it gets a little bit fluffy.
Okay.
Because you're not using a mixer and you're not creaming butter and sugar together.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay.
Yeah. And I love to have a recipe where you don't need your mixer out, especially in the summer. One less thing to turn on and use.
Clean.
And clean. Okay. I'm going to give it a good hard whisk too.
Although I like having my mixer out front so that people think that I'm a real good baker.
With the KitchenAid?
Yeah.
Do you have a cute color?
Yeah, cobalt blue.
Beautiful.
Right?
Okay, so you've got it really...
Oh, wow, you're really going for it. Okay, gotcha.
You really want to beat this well so it gets light and fluffy.
Yeah, okay.
And then we're going to add all the things that make this delicious.
Okay.
Sour cream.
Yes, I use that in my banana bread.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's such a good trick,
I think it helps with the moisture.
It really helps with the moisture. It helps with the flavor.
Yeah.
And you can also use Greek yogurt if you don't like sour cream or want to have it a little less fattening.
Okay.
This is lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. We're going to add our baking powder, our baking soda, and some salt. You always want salt in your baked goods. It brings out the flavor. It doesn't make it salty.
Okay.
And then I like to use a little vanilla bean paste.
Oh.
But you could use vanilla extract.
Okay.
I just think it gives it an even richer vanilla flavor.
That's a great idea.
Right?
Okay.
It's so nice to use.
All right.
And then that's it for the wet ingredients. Now we're gonna switch out our whisk.
Okay.
We're gonna add in our flour. I'm gonna gently fold this in because I don't want it to overmix, but it might look a little curdled at first.
I always worry when I fold in flour that I'm going to have little bits of flour in whatever
You know,
I'm
it
making.
happens
Yeah.
and it's okay.
Okay.
I always feel like the most important thing is to get in the oven. It's gonna usually turn out okay, not to worry about it too much.
All right.
But this might look a little clumpy and I'm gonna quickly mix it. Now, this is the key to not having your fruit sink. You wanna add a little flour to whatever fruit you're using.
Oh.
And the thing about this recipe, I'm using sour cherries, but this recipe works with blueberries. This works with regular cherries.
Okay.
It works with kind of any fruit like that you can dice up and dust in flour. So it's not as good as like with a raspberry.
Do you learn any of these little tips when you do your podcast? You have that podcast,
Yes,
right? Food Friends?
Yes, it's called Food Friends Home Cooking Made Easy.
Okay.
We're always sharing our tips and tricks as former personal chefs and professional chefs, me and my best friend, and we try to get people to have an easier time in the kitchen by sharing trusted recipes and trusted techniques. So now we add this dusted flour cherry. I'm gonna save a few on the side. I'll show you why.
Okay.
You wanna mix that in real quick?
Bet, you bet. Who was one of the nicest people you worked for as a personal chef?
I worked for the head of Fox Studios and his wife, who was a lawyer, and they are wonderful people. That's great.
Nice.
And very adventurous eaters, which is a nice thing to have.
Oh, you like that, right?
Yeah, because then you can really have fun in the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay, now we can just put that in there.
Because you can, they're game to try anything.
They'll try anything. They love Thai food and Vietnamese food and you know, French food, Italian, so every night we did a different theme.
Oh, great.
Okay, then you smooth this out.
I apologize for that flyer. Pretty
Wants
soon we're
to
gonna name
join.
it pretty soon. Okay.
Okay, we smooth it out. It already looks pretty cute. It's a very thick batter because it's a
yeah, look at that.
a moist cake.
Yeah.
I know we don't like that word, but it's the truth.
Yes, it is true.
And then what we do is we can top this. If you want to help me, we can just place some sour cherries on top.
Okay.
And those ones on top will stay on top. The ones that inside the batter won't sink too much, but it's nice to have a few pops of color when you take it out of the oven. Oh,
sure. But they're going to be sour, right?
They're going to be dusted in sugar in 1 second.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and we just can.
Oh, put some more on?
Yeah, throw all of them on there.
Okay.
You can toss them wherever. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Okay.
Okay, and then I take some turbinado sugar, some raw sugar.
Sure.
And I put that all over the test. That's all over the top. It's going to give it a nice crust. It's also going to add a little sweetness to those top layer of sour cherries.
Oh,
and then this goes in a 350-degree oven for about 45 minutes.
45 minutes, okay.
Because it's a pretty thick cake.
Right.
In a 9-inch square or round.
Look at that.
And see how this cherry stayed on top? Because we placed them at the end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I like to just add a little sweet coating of powdered sugar just to make it prettier. Would you like to try a piece?
Well, yeah. Uh-huh.
Have you ever had sour cherries?
No.
You haven't had a sour cherry?
Never had a sour cherry.
It's
snacking cake.
Okay, well then there's a first for everything.
Yes.
And you can see how the cherries really hold their shape in the cake.
Look at that. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to try to show you the side here. You can see the. Okay. There we go. Okay, now I got to try this. Oh, yum. Like that would be the perfect cake to have in the morning with coffee.
That's why it's a snacking cake.
Yes. Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh my gosh, that is so good. I love it.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, oh yeah. Okay, tell me again, the Food Friends podcast?
Food Friends, you can find it anywhere you listen to podcasts. I also have a cookbook called Braids, which you can find at sonyasanford.com.
Yeah, perfect. And yeah, beautiful cover. I love that. I always get hungry when I see that cover. All right, we're going to put the recipe on our website. It'll also be on your website. And we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.
Thank you.